Greetings, geeks. Welcome to episode 673 of Geeks in Space. I'm Rob Commander Taco Malda, and I am, of course, joined today by Chris DeBona.
Hello.
And Rob Roseboom.
Good morning.
Guten Tag. Jawohl? I don't know what that means, actually.
Guten Tag means hello.
Hello.
It means good day.
Yeah.
Good day, sir.
And then in southern Germany, you'd say Grüß Gott, which means Greek God.
Huh? What?
It's like saying howdy versus hello.
Greek god.
No, greet God.
Oh, greet God.
I
It's
thought you
like
said Greek god,
inshallah,
too.
or what's the Arab one? Al Akbar, you know?
Well, let's see, folks. So scattered throughout the zone today are
So many
about
stories.
30 stories about Twitter.
Let's just burn through them all.
Let's just go on a Twitter
First,
rampage.
They're selling a whole crap ton of like stuff.
Well, okay, so the back to this is that apparently they're not paying their rent. They have like 150 grand or something in back rent, and they're selling stuff. And I gotta tell you, man, if I lived there, I'd be like,
Wait,
wanting.
stop.
They got good stuff.
They have a Hobart stand mixer. Look at that. Like a
Yep.
giant floor mixer. We could start a pizzeria, guys.
Look
No,
at
no,
the
not just the
espresso
pizzeria.
machines.
They got the Blodgetts. They got the combi ovens. They got the espresso machines. They've got the. But wait, I'll go to page 2. They have a number of Charlesons. You know how I feel about Charlesons, guys.
Mm-hmm.
If there's one thing I know about Chris, it's that it's his love for Charlesons.
Man, those are some great Charlesons we had. Under-counter mobile heated cabinet. Under-counter mobile heated cabinets.
Freezer drawers. Under cabinet
Oh.
freezer drawers.
There you go.
So they're
Refrigerated
selling what,
pizza
millions of
prep
dollars
table.
worth of kitchen supplies?
Yeah, but you know, they will go for reasonably market prices. When these
Yeah.
sorts of things happen, especially in the Bay Area, people are like, "Oh, all right, here we go." It's kind of great. But like you could get probably a pretty good deal on some of these things.
They had a couple of big old espresso machines, and that's like
Oh yeah.
if I had Google founder money, I would have, a full size restaurant style espresso machine that has like 3 group heads, so you can pull multiple shots at once. I would have one of those.
They've got them. They've got them. Why don't you bid on it?
$25.
Got like 3 of them.
Yeah, I'll bid $26.
$26. That's thinking.
Yeah.
Kind of interested in some of the stand-up wheels for the garage, for a garage refrigerator. What better beer fridge is there one that you can move all over the garage, right?
Right.
Ooh, a slicer.
No. A flywheel slicer.
Yeah.
I showed this to my spouse. You know, she was a chef for 20 years. My listener. And she's like, they have a manual Burkle. They must not value the time of their employees.
Oh,
I mean, because this is beautiful for a kitchen or a deli, but it takes a lot of handwork.
it's more
right?
art piece than
It's not
functional.
like you turn it on and it goes pop, 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 pop. You know, it's
Yeah.
a lot of work. You know, you need one guy for that.
Well, I hope that they are able to make enough money with their auction to pay their rent, because they're not going to be paying all of the various
They're not paying
severance
their
packages.
rent. They're not paying severance.
Yeah.
They're not like that. They promised they would pay.
Yeah.
And they're in violation of the Warren Act if they don't pay it. It's
There are
like,
so many problems.
gosh.
Okay, so all right, then the
It's
guy who ran the Twitter account that was just reposting the Elon's
flight data. Yeah.
plane data,
Yeah.
which is all public FAA data.
It was suspended twice.
He was suspended, reinstated, and then suspended again.
Yeah.
But then the second time he was suspended, it was under the new policy of it is now you're not allowed to identify
me.
the location of anyone.
Doxing me.
And the follow-up to that is that last night, Twitter banned a whole slew of reporters, like legit reporters, CNN reporters, Washington Post reporters, like not like dudes hanging out in parking lots. Like,
is there a
real
crying
reporters.
Elon meme out there yet? Like as a baby? There must be. You know?
Ugh. So like,
Freaking baby.
this is that like. There's been a lot of stuff that's been gray area. Like, yeah, like even the first time he banned the plane thing, I'm like, yeah, maybe.
The ads aren't coming out. The advertisers aren't coming back. And all these mean reporters are being mean to me. Maybe if I'm mean to them, they'll
be
love
my
me
friend.
again. they love me? Why is Tesla stock down 50%? Oh, because I pissed everyone off. Why don't they love me?
He sold a whole ton of shares too. He said that he was done selling and then sold like tons more.
You know what I did? I removed Twitter from all of my home screens, and I go probably once a day because someone will link to it and like the channel or whatever. It's kind of been great. When I go back to it because someone links to it like in Discord, right? I'm like, it's still nonsense over here. It's still crazy town. I'm out.
See,
kind of great.
I've said this before, but I don't think I use Twitter like regular people do. Because to me, Twitter is almost a chat room because I only follow like 100 people.
Sure.
So the excluding when Neil Gaiman is like actively promoting a new thing and it's like 1,000 Neil Gaiman posts. Like I can hit Twitter twice a day and read every single post from everybody that I follow. So it's like it's a much more comfortable Twitter experience. Now that said, I don't know if I put this one on the list yet, or I might have tried, but the other thing that they were banning people for is mentioning Mastodon. Putting
right.
Mastodon
what
in
do you
there.
mean you're going to go over to something that's kind of like Twitter but isn't Twitter?
Twitterish.
No.
And so
wait a second. Breaking news. There's a new Barbie trailer out.
Oh.
This is
come
clearly
on,
more
come
important
on, Chris.
than-
Let's go party.
Wow. Do you want me to leave this sound on?
Never existed. There have
Somebody important is directing this, right?
I don't know.
Oh, that's funny.
The dolls were all
Oh my god, they're playing Elsa Sproxera.
Oh no.
This is going to be awesome.
This would be amazing.
I hope so.
So bottom of this.
All right, you're gonna get
That's
us
the
copy
original.
struck.
What?
You're gonna get us. That's
This
funny.
is fantastic.
Oh,
Greta
Greta
Gerwig, that's who's directing it. That's awesome. Margot Robbie.
Oh, good lord.
That's a funny trailer.
It is. Oh, yes.
Oh no.
Yes. Just when I thought it couldn't get any better.
Oh. Oh, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Come on, Greta, hit it. Oh, that's disappointing.
All right.
Oh wow.
To our 4 listeners, if you haven't watched the trailer, do yourself a favor and watch it. It's
Worth it.
fantastic.
Especially for the old school sci-fi nerd.
Wow.
Oh, that's great.
There's gonna be a lot of dancing.
Yeah. You don't have to keep playing it though. You can stop it.
I mean, it's we got more out of this 20 seconds than talking about fucking Elon Musk.
Yeah, but now I'm gonna have to go and click the copyright dismissal thing like 6 times.
Yeah, so what?
What else am I gonna do this afternoon except try to play God of War?
Yeah. Right.
So okay, so they were banning people, but the excuse for the Mastodon thing is that they were claiming that it was directing people to malware.
Malware. Malware is defined as anything that takes away from Twitter.
Anything that makes Elon sad.
You have to use Twitter DNS now. All links go to Twitter now.
That's right. That's right. All right.
Arbitrary Twitter.
Hopefully that's it for Twitter things, but there are so many more that'll probably come back. We have a story about an AI that was identifying chess players, and the story itself is actually kind of neat. It's got
You two got to agree on which view you're going to look at.
I don't know what he's doing. I picked new.
I'm
Maybe
on
I should
hot
pick
right now. I'm on hot right
fine.
now. I'm on whatever
Wow, you guys do that.
I'm on whatever
Hot.
whatever Reddit agreed on.
I'm
when
sorry,
I voted
Barbie is the only thing that matters.
It is really all that matters. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Oh. So anyway, the AI story. I thought this was neat because they were tracking like the percentage probabilities of different moves, and they can basically track your play style. And now there's concerns that they're going to be able to actually identify players based on their playing habits, which is like with all of the weird stories about Chat GPT and everything in the last week. I think that AI is going to be the story for the next few years until we get brain implants going. I think it was like internet was like we had like a decade of internet's going to ruin everything. Then a decade
Yep.
of social media is going to ruin everything. Now we're in the decade of AI is going to ruin anything. And
Or
then we're
Elon Musk.
and then we're going to get brain implants, and brain implants plus AI is going to ruin everything. It's going to be great.
Brain implanted, AI augmented Elon Musk's ruining everything.
This is all going to work out.
Yeah.
And we're going to get rid of money and just trade NFTs.
Well, we should hit that story too, because yesterday Trump announced the greatest NFT ever.
I had to go and look to make sure that this wasn't a joke, but it's not.
I mean, it is, but it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. I found it.
Yeah, I had there was a link on Hacker News where you could cycle through a bunch of the variants, and
but the sales pitch is what I mean. NFTs, sure, they're crazy.
Yeah,
but I've seen the videos they have of him, or the shirts you can buy of him riding a raptor holding an M60, right? I mean, there's crazy shit out there.
Yeah.
But his speech about the NFTs, you can tell he doesn't really know what he's pitching, but it doesn't matter. His speech is unhinged. I especially like the part where he says he's the greatest president, better than Lincoln, probably
better than Washington. Yeah, I heard that part. I'm like,
it's like, what?
I'm like,
yeah.
Peanut butter hula hoops.
Do either
Rubber
of you
crutch
guys
nut bar?
Well, I guess not Rob, but Chris, do you follow Rob Graham, Errata Rob, on Twitter?
I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't open Twitter.
I understand, but he's an infosec guy and does good stuff. But yesterday he bought a Trump NFT and stepped through the process and is documenting it all along the way. So the NFT was $99, but it wouldn't let him buy it with a $100 gift card because it needed to have all the fees. And then he went through through the terms and service. And pointed out a bunch.
Found out the source images,
and then he broke about the source images, so you can figure out all the variables to figure out which objects you can toggle on and off.
I got to be honest, like the sales pitch was so good, and the NFTs made me laugh so much, I almost wanted to buy them.
Sure.
And then you were like, "Well, do I really want to?" Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
Look at this nonsense.
Yeah.
Oh, they get worse.
Yeah.
They're truly remarkable.
It's really funny.
Does he really think he looks like this?
No.
Is that an action figure?
This is purely about grifting people for money.
Who are the dum-dums doing this?
The same people who buy the Trump riding a Velociraptor.
My favorite is this one because, I mean, go back to the full shot of it just a second. There we go. Look at that. It's like I made it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look how bad the head is on the body.
Rob, you got 10 minutes in Photoshop. Go.
This is Aquaman bad. I was on the plane yesterday, and the guy across the aisle and up an aisle or two was watching Aquaman. I was so distracted at how terrible it was. Without sound, or it didn't matter though. I mean, it was so bad. It was just a bunch of people underwater, pitting each other for 2 hours. I'm like, I can't believe this movie exists. That it was that poor quality, and it was considered the pinnacle of DC. And we'll get to.
It was one of the most entertaining DC movies in a while.
That's a shame. It is just awful.
It is a completely watchable blockbuster.
It's
is not great.
I know I'm not going to be into Avatar, but it's going to have good production quality.
True.
It's like I'm not into every Tom Cruise movie, but that guy brings it all on film. This is like Aquaman nonsense right here.
For sure. Well, if we're going to be
dumb,
if we're going to be on the DC stuff,
does he have eyeballs? Does he have anyone with eyeballs around him?
It doesn't matter because
that's
not to buy this are either so sold or they don't understand what they're buying either.
I think that they're all printing them out on their 90s era inkjet printers. So they're
vinyl stickers for their trucks.
You know what it is? It's like when you print something on a bad printer, it's like you're applying an anti-aliasing filter.
Oh,
and so
true.
Maybe that's what they're counting on. Like, oh, well, they're going to print these out on their crap printers. It'll make it look great. They're anticipating. That's what they're doing.
That's fair. Like it's like the argument about why so many movies aren't being mastered at 4K yet. Like it's really expensive to master a movie at 4K, and most people don't have 4K TVs yet. So let's master at 2K.
Well, I mean, what's really funny about all this, he was like, and there's going to be, you can have dinner with me, and I'm gonna have dinner with somebody. Oh, that'd be great. And I'm like, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
and he's like,
You
I'm not sure what,
old man. What the
I'm
hell?
not sure how good of a prize that is, but you'll get it anyway.
Yeah,
He literally says that.
I know. It's like, you don't think much of yourself, do you? Can you imagine being on a Zoom with him? It's like, Donald, you're muted. Uh, you're, oh, you're not wearing pants.
There'd be no telling him he's muted. There would just be an hour-long phone call where he would not, where you wouldn't be able to hear him.
I mean, because nobody else is listening to him, so he's like, "Oh, finally, somebody
Well,
who can listen to my demented ravings."
That man is never on a Zoom call with 3 people. I mean, that's not what he does.
Got to share time.
That's right.
He makes me look like I don't interrupt.
That's right. Well, okay, let's quick get the DC stories out of the way because I don't even know if I posted it, but Wonder Woman canceled. The next Superman canceled. Basically, everything is canceled. HBO is pulling more stuff off of the platform.
They're doing it to save on residuals.
Yeah, residuals.
Which
How
is like,
shitty is that?
wow.
Wow, yeah.
Zaslav, you're a piece of crap. Though.
Right?
Why can't I find the damn thing? You know,
I didn't
I'm
post the
looking at
story
new.
about it. I didn't post any DC stuff.
Look at hot.
I didn't post any DC stuff, so you're not gonna find it.
Okay. Actually, no, you did. Here's Aquaman.
Oh, did I? Oh, there you go. Save that for the end. I haven't watched it yet.
Right.
I want to watch it. I want to react live.
I don't have a video of it bursting. I just have the aftermath.
Oh, okay. I was hoping
I'll
I could
try
see
to
the
find
burst.
one while you talk about DC because what a bunch of James Gunn should just basically level it and pretend to start over.
Start it over.
With the exception of Peacemaker, which was awesome.
You can keep Peacemaker and you can keep Doom Patrol.
But I mean, think about it. Imagine if the last scene they all get to be in is that thing at the end of Peacemaker where they talk about Aquaman having sex with fish. Like that's how they go out. That's the right way to go out.
They just need like to show their movies to the people who are in charge of their animation department.
Yeah.
So that they can tell them what they did wrong.
See, your problem is that your movies that you're making aren't good.
Yeah.
Have you thought about making them good instead of this?
Have you tried making them good?
I mean, I know that's, cutting edge stuff, but
could you make your characters a little more likable, maybe?
Right.
Or have them do things that are actually interesting?
Or maybe have them kind of be like the characters in these books that we read.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if they were like
that they're loosely based on.
Yeah, yeah. Like maybe instead of them being not loosely based on, maybe have them be loosely based on and share more than the name. And like the top 3 powers. That's mean. And I don't actually think that. But no, so the DC stuff is a hot mess. And I bet it's gonna be a couple years before we see anything cool. But they still have that Flash movie in the can, right? Like that's coming out this summer.
They're gonna bring it out. Yeah, maybe they'll just like, you know what? Let's just skip it. Let's not even edit it.
Write it off.
Drop it. I mean, they dropped, what was it, a Supergirl movie or something?
Batgirl.
Oh, Super Batgirl, whatever.
But that was made for TV, so it was probably
was it?
Yeah, it was made direct for streaming, and it was like a $60 or $80 million budget, so it was less than a Flashpoint.
We all know how important editing is in a movie. I'm sure they could have no problem taking this and harnessing it onto the Ezra Miller train wreck and just make the movie about the Flash descent into madness because he can't handle the superpowers or something.
It's true.
There's a movie there.
You just cut it together with like Fox News clips and like paparazzi photos.
Yeah, easy.
The thing that so I've turned around on Henry Cavill, right? I used to think
you're pro Cavill.
Well, when it was just the Man of Steel thing, I just thought he was, and it was really the movie, because like I thought he was a hunk of wood. But that guy,
he's cool.
Ever since I think it was The Witcher that turned me around, and then the other things, I was like, wow, he's actually a really neat actor.
What was the spy movie that he was in before any of that, though?
He was in a Mission Impossible movie.
Later,
He was in
Man from
like a
Uncle.
70s.
Was it Man
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Uncle?
Man from
He
Uncle.
was so great in Man from Uncle that when that Superman to me was great because like I enjoyed watching him because I saw him as playing a subtle version of Superman, not a bored version of Superman, which I get.
You're a nice person.
That's true.
Rob.
I am a nice person.
Even Henry Cavill couldn't save Man of Steel.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And so it's like,
a mess.
But then I saw him in other things and I was like, wow, imagine how bad it was. He was doing his level best to make Man of Steel not suck, and it still sucked. You know, so it's like, you know, and he posted this thing up on the gram or whatever.
Yeah, he had kind of a douchey little line in the middle.
Where? What was that?
There was a line in the middle that kind of was like,
no, I mean, I'm not reading anything.
I thought there was a, I don't, maybe
I will, after all, not be returning Superman. I'm in the studio and that's ready to turn back in October.
Yeah.
Higher. That's life.
Yeah. It seemed like
Superman is still, I mean, listen, what a nice man. You know?
He looks great in the tank top.
He looks great all the time. I mean, he's a mutant alien.
Yeah, I hate him. Hey, let's talk about space. Orion splashed down.
Orion splashed down.
Yeah, so we got
Soyuz splashed out.
And Soyuz is splashing up.
Oh boy. You saw the video.
Yeah.
Look at that. Nonsense.
It's beautiful and horrifying.
What do you think what is the
it's coolant.
Is it propellant? It's coolant. Oh, yeah.
But the one that killed me, I think it was Scott Manley that said it. He says they're closing all the windows because they're afraid that whatever that is, it's going to stick to the windows and it's never coming off. So like if that gets on like the outside of the windows, it's not like you can send out a dude with a squeegee.
What do you mean closing the windows? Like putting shields over them?
I think they have some sort of hatch or cover or something.
Well, I'm thinking about the big, you know,
the dome thing.
Yeah. My goodness. Yeah, I haven't watched it had just gotten started when I came over to do the cast.
No, it's
Scott Manley. You should link to the Scott Manley.
I should link to the Scott Manley. No, it's I mean, like that was from yesterday. The video that Manley did yesterday was like right after it had happened. So there might be new information on it in the last 12 hours.
Yeah, you know who's like the Scott Manley of airplanes is Juan Brown Biancarlo. That channel. Have you ever seen this? He covers every like plane accident, and you know, he covers sort of things that matter to general aviation and sometimes, you know, commercial aviation. And he breaks down like how something happened and that kind of thing. He's the Scott Manley of general aviation.
All right.
And he had one on the F-35 pilot who was landing. He was doing
I saw a picture
landing. Yeah, he was doing a VTOL landing and then he ejected when it sort of went bad. And I'm just like, you know, so yeah.
Yeah, I saw a picture of that.
You would like Biancarlo.
All right.
Biancarlo. I can never pronounce his damn channel. Here, I'll find it.
All right. I'll put it on the Zone. If you
because then it'll become popular.
Oh, right. That's the key. We're the gatekeepers here. Let's see. We have China has banned the use of AI generated media without watermarks. So guys, it's solved.
Oh, well, that's fixed.
Nobody will think to not watermark it. Okay, so there's a term for when, like right now they have like these corpuses of photos or text or whatever when they're building their models, but they're all theoretically material that is created by humans. There's a term for when the AI starts using AI itself to shape its models. Do you know what I'm talking about?
There's self-scoring reinforcement learning where they start with some code base, some data set and all the rest, and then it self-scores as opposed to relying on humans to score and tag.
No, I'm not thinking of that. I'm thinking of something else. There's a different concept where, like, because right now it's got 150 pictures of a leopard and it's learning how to draw a leopard. And so the leopard is all based on photos of leopards. But there's a lot of concern that eventually machine learning images are going to start getting out there, but they're not going to be identified.
Yeah.
So the next generation of the model will have the same 150 leopards, but then another 150 AI generated leopards, which would theoretically be less accurate to the original source material. And if that happens over a couple of generations, we lose reality is what happens.
Well, so what really happened, so this started happening actually about 12 years ago with Google Translate, where we would, because what Google did, I don't know if we still do it this way, is we would find parallel documents and map concepts and language between them. And then we went to a centralized concept model, so you could go from language to language without parallel documents. But
Right.
we started seeing people using Google Translate to create parallel documents online, and we're like, that's not good quality. I mean, it's fine. It's just, how people would have those sort of funny stories about going into Google Translate, going to and from English
Sure.
for 16 iterations,
How
and it
many
becomes
times?
nonsense.
Yeah.
Well, we had that problem
Of
with
course.
document sourcing, and so it was a vexing challenge. But it wasn't actually so. It was handy in that we had all the logs of all the translations, so we could find when people were using Google translations verbatim. But it was a big challenge for sure.
Well, we're gonna be in for a dark future, man.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna come for the artists first, and the
I don't
writers
know.
first.
I wonder because text.
Have you been on ChatGPT?
I haven't
or
used it, but
any of
I've
them?
seen all the examples and
You should sign up for an account and say, "Give me something in the style of Slashdot or something." No,
yeah.
seriously, I bet you it's really.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
They wouldn't be able to get my writing style because my writing style is actually usually if you like have a library of it, it's me quoting other people.
Okay.
So that like I've played with things like that, and my name is a weird case for anything like
Okay.
that because anything on Slashdot is actually not me. It's me mentioning thousands of other people.
So I'm logging into ChatGPT, and I think it's hilarious. It's asking me to prove that I'm not a robot. Like,
right?
who do you think you are, buddy?
Yeah, who's talking?
Who's talking?
But there's things like now, like the writing the inane high school paper. Like you're just like, what's the point of that anymore? Like, I mean, they're not going to be able to prove it. It's going to be a mess, man.
Here,
I love it.
No, Soyuz.
What's the other? What's the
Leak
term?
in the style of Slashdot.
Oh no!
Oops, I said Slashdot. Oh no!
Oh no!
That's how it's gonna be, I guess.
Yeah, you have to wait a few minutes. I also was made aware of the term, but the stochastic parrot.
Yeah.
That was the term that I had to read about this week. I'm like, oh yeah, that's dark. Everything is nihilism now, man.
1 second. In the style of Slashdot.
I'm
There you go.
Gonna be kind of surprised if it knows what the style of Slashdot is. It's 2022, man.
Remember, they're working from the open crawl as one of their source documents. So they'll have plenty of Slashdot crap.
Great.
On Wednesday, August 29th, 2018, the Russian Soyuz MS-09 spacecraft experienced a leak of coolant while docked to the International Space Station. The leak was discovered by 6 crew members on board the ISS Noah, who immediately took action to isolate the affected area and seal up the leak. According to reports, the leak was caused by a small hole in the outer wall of the Soyuz spacecraft, which allowed coolant to escape in the vacuum of space. The hole was quickly patched by crew using epoxy and other materials, and the space has crew returned to normal operation.
This in no way does this meet the Slashdot style guide that I had.
It doesn't.
Now maybe Rob, you had a different style guide after I left, but
so one of the things you do is you change it. Soyuz leak of coolant in the style of Slashdot. Less than 400 characters long, and with lots of jargon, implying that they may need to evacuate.
this stuff is terrifying.
It's fascinating.
I love it. I really do.
So one of the truisms of the internet is if you do something wrong, someone wants to correct it, right? So you can start with these prompts and say, well, that's all wrong, and then you fix it, and then it's a nice work.
It poses serious
threat. Getting a little better.
But yeah, we would quote that. All right, let's see.
Sure to talk about
Beowulf clusters.
Windows fogging up. Now I wonder if it's going to get all VR-y. Let's give it 600 characters this time. Yeah, we can keep talking about other things.
I think you shared an image of a very cool propeller design.
Oh, sure. Well, I always think about Zen's boat, because he had that problem with the engine.
Yep.
And I was like, maybe what he needs is a better propeller.
Nope.
No,
the
propeller
problem.
isn't it. But they do make those. They have,
Oh.
you can get outboard motors that are basically jets so that they work just like a jet ski. So
Wait a
they
second.
have those for boats already.
But it's a cool propeller.
Look at that.
Mention that the
What?
Oculus window fogs up.
Look at the end. Stay tuned /.
Oh God. Oh God.
That's cheesy as hell. All right.
I would.
Okay.
I mean, my style guide or my personal writing for Slashdot was to try to get rid of any of that twee stuff, like referring to slash dotters and all that. That always made me cringe.
We had a style guide.
Timothy, I think, wrote one, but
well, I'm sure Timothy wrote a style guide.
Well, you had,
no
you had Rob screaming in the corner is what you had.
Right. Or I would just edit it and change it. Let's see. Well, we've got, there's really good news, guys. Scientists found clitorises. Scientists
Magnum
found
had a good dig at you. Sorry.
Oh, did he?
Wait, what happened?
Shouldn't it just repost something I've already put up? Yeah, thanks, Magnum.
What happened?
Magnum is mocking me in channel. If AI is gonna mimic Rob, it should just post the same thing twice.
That's good. What was the next story? I'm sorry.
It was that scientists found a clitoris.
Oh, on snakes.
But on snakes.
Yeah.
Still not having
There's
as much
so
luck
many
with
good
the ladies.
jokes
Yeah.
to make here,
Yeah,
like they're not trying to choke you out; they're just rubbing up against you.
Maybe this is what we should ask ChatGPT to do. We should have it write a joke about scientists finding clitorises on female snakes.
Well, the obvious joke is scientists' wives were unavailable for comment.
Yeah. Oh, there's 1,000 late night talk show level jokes that are just basically sitting on a silver platter waiting for them.
There really is. Story about science.
Oh man. Okay, that was, I think, the last new thing. James Gunn is writing Superman. We didn't actually say that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be okay with never having another Superman movie again.
Oh man, you'd be lacking out on your verisimilitude. I
just don't care. It's just like, oh look, he's super powerful. Oh look, he lost his powers briefly. Oh look, he's back again. It's like
you're not
literally
wrong.
ChatGPT could write the damn script.
There we go. Maybe that's our.
This could be the first AI movie that bores the hell out of you.
All right.
And doesn't have Henry Cavill to lift it out of its mediocrity.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Or the other guy who was in the horse rack.
The other Superman, Brandon Routh.
What was his name? The actor who fell off a horse.
Christopher Reeves.
Christopher Reeves. I mean, he was pretty charming too.
He's great. I still watch the first Superman movie every few years. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Pretty damn good.
Okay, here we go. Looks like female snakes are finally getting the recognition they deserve. Scientists goes, ugh, gross.
On these slithering ladies, and it's about time.
Now we just need to find out if they have any use for them. Maybe they could use them to open pickle jars or something.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of a swing and a miss there, ChatGPT. All right.
Yeah, well, I guess we're going to still rely on humans for comedy for a few more iterations of the model. All right. Well, we can finish on the aquarium bursting, but does anybody have any worthwhile media that they wish to discuss? I've been playing God of War, Ragnarok, and I've been enjoying that. It's not really my general style.
You see that Christopher Judge won his award for best voice actor.
I didn't even know he was the voice of it until I'm like 5 minutes into the game. I'm like, I think that's Teal'c.
It's Teal'c, man.
It's Teal'c.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's
like, cool.
What a guy. And I love how he was like, I'm going to talk until I'm done.
Right. Good on you, man. Good on you. We're watching Wednesday.
Are you liking it?
It's a mixed bag, but I'll tell you, man, the 13-year-old loves it.
Yeah, my 15-year-old.
Yeah, and when the 13-year-old loves a show, that means we're gonna watch the whole season. I will say that its production is really great. There's lots
Yeah,
of really nice framing. There's like really nice color use. There's lots of really technically nice things. So there's a lot of nice things to say about it. It's thin, but it's thin because it's a show for kids, and I'm holding it to I can't hold it to a standard. You can't hold it to the standard of Andor. It's Wednesday.
yeah.
So that's the aquarium. Oh, I didn't realize how big it was.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's like 10
Wow.
stories tall.
Yeah.
This is the one in
Wow.
Berlin in the Radisson that is just so impressive.
Oh, I wish there was video.
There must be.
How can there not be a security camera?
I mean, just the whole thing. 1,500 fish dead. Imagine how
Oh, that
Aquaman
sucks.
feels.
That's gotta stink.
You must have the most awkward.
What's the name of the octopus in
Timothy!
Timothy. Oh, there's just Timothy sounding. No. No.
Let me find aquarium first. Anything on YouTube. It's a little...
Let's see. I'm probably gonna watch the Muppet Christmas Carol this weekend. I watched a movie yesterday called
the entire length of it here. You can see.
It's. I didn't realize how tall it was.
Oh no, it was huge.
I only saw like the one shot, and it was like a perspective thing, so it kind of betrays the illusion of the illusion of how big that thing is. It's huge. Wow.
Yeah. So there you go. That gives you an idea. I just point out one thing I just noticed when they were panning across the front of the building. There's a retailer called Free Will.
Uh-oh.
But isn't it Free Willy?
Yeah, the Y got wiped off in the waterfall.
Yeah, it got wiped out in the water.
Yeah. Why? Why, Willy?
Look
Why?
at that.
I watched yesterday a horror movie called Resurrection. I don't know,
Okay.
not a horror, but a thriller.
Horror adjacent.
Psychological thriller. Super
psychological.
messed up. If you want to watch something super messed up that has the Hulk or the Abomination, Tim Roth is in it. I'm not going to say it's a great movie or anything, but if you want to watch like a creepy, gross movie, and it'll make you feel uncomfortable, and then at the end it'll make you feel really uncomfortable.
Well, that's what I'm after.
Yeah, you're looking for uncomfortable movies?
Yeah.
That's the place you are in life.
Anything that can make me more uncomfortable right now, that's what I'm looking for.
That checks out.
What is this whole guy is totally losing it thing?
I don't remember. Let's click on it and see what it is.
Oh, this is about him dropping reporter accounts.
Oh yeah, this was.
He's just driving them all to Instagram. And
this
Facebook.
is the Elon Musk thing. Man, that's gonna be the story. It's so weird too because there's this weird, I don't know, parasitic relationship because you have like 100,000 people who have like 5,000, 10,000 followers, and like that's their asset. They've spent 10 years building this asset, is this connection that they have. It doesn't exist anywhere else. And if Twitter dies, their connection to whatever their customer base, their fan network, whatever they have, and this is devastating to them. They are invested in Twitter surviving and thriving. And I don't know how many of them have to finally be alienated before the thing buckles under itself. But like this is... I continue to wonder, is this going to be an explosion on the scale of Dig? Or is this going to be the slow petering out of something like Slashdot?
The thing is, you have to remember that Dig, Slashdot, they never reached the heights.
Oh, for sure.
Of this. Even Friendster didn't get as big as Twitter.
For sure. It's definitely at a different scale.
I mean, the worldwide impact, I mean, there's nowhere that Elon Musk can go if Twitter goes into the toilet. He's always going to be the guy who killed the second or third largest social network, right? Or fourth largest social network.
Right.
He's always going to be the incompetent person.
And Slashdot and Dig, when Slashdot, I would say, faded, when Dig exploded, there were other options available that were clear, better options for various reasons. I don't know that there is a clear, better option than Twitter because all the other platforms have different problems.
Yeah, and the truth of it is, like, the only way this can fail is if he keeps doing stuff like this for like another 4 or 5 months, right? Like, it is so big and so many people use it. I have to use it every day. I hate Twitter. But you
Yeah.
know, I have to be there, and lots of people have to be there just because
Yeah,
it is
but
Twitter. It's
as one of the
it's
people telling
established.
you to be there, I'm
Right.
not sure that you should be there. I'm not sure it turns into future players. I'm not sure what it turns into, man. It's like, being the sideshow next to a Nazi gladiatorial dogfight, no one's paying
They're just
attention to anyone except for the dumb people in the pit.
there. There just isn't another better option yet,
Yeah.
just because it's so freaking big.
Yeah.
It's his to lose, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
What a dumb dog.
This is gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild
I
for the
know.
next.
It's just tiring, It's just like, oh look, he's destroyed it. Okay, it's gonna
I'll tell
be
you.
10 years of look at what he did to this thing.
You know what? For
And he's
me,
taking Tesla down with it. I just hope
that's
he
the
doesn't take
crazy thing.
SpaceX with it.
For me, it'll be a bummer if it dies because like
I had a lot of fun on it.
I have a few thousand people that follow me that are like old school Twitter or old school Slashdot people. And like I can make jokes about old school Slashdot and have a little moment of nostalgia and a little bit of feel good every now and then. And
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
nice part of my week. I tweeted
was.
yeah, I tweeted last week. You of course saw it. I said here's my brilliant business idea. It's Build-A-Bear Workshop, but for mechanical keyboards. And
That's a terrible idea.
it's so great. You get to pick your switches and your frames and your caps.
You can do this in Shenzhen right now at SEG.
Oh, of course.
And in Wajongbe, so go
Is
for
this
it.
like the oatmeal baths we were talking about?
Yes, this is
it
exactly
that
like
kinda
the
idea?
oatmeal
Okay,
bath.
I gotcha.
Wait, there's oatmeal baths while you make
No,
your mechanical
we'll
keyboard?
talk about it after the
Yeah,
after the
this
podcast.
is too much for Magnum
Gotcha.
to handle. This is beyond our limits. So let's rock out. We're at the 40-minute mark anyway.
Yeah, let's bag it.
Goodbye, Rob Roseboom.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Chris DeBona.
See ya.
That was episode 763 of Geeks in Space. I was Rob Commander Taco Malda, and we'll see you next week. But you're not going to find it through Twitter because who knows? Probably not going to be there. Bye.